What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to the second episode of my series I started at the end of March. It is almost the end of April already, which is kind of insane. So this is gonna be the second episode of my monthly art review series, and yeah, we're here. Got a fair bit amount of stuff to go through, and I'm actually recording this. I think we still got like a week left of April, but because of like how my upload schedule works, like by the time you guys see this video, it's gonna be the end of April. So I figured I should clarify that. But yeah, we got most of the stuff I drew this month. Obviously, I'm not gonna show everything, just because got some stuff in the sketchbook that I want to keep private and whatnot. But yeah, you guys are gonna get a peek into what I draw, I guess, and my thoughts, what I struggled with, and all that. So let's get right into it here. Let's move the sketchbook out the way. This is obviously my main sketchbook. Let's start with just some printer paper. Sometimes I don't know. I got like a bunch of printer paper. Oh, let me put this in the frame. I got a bunch of printer paper just like sitting down on my desk, and sometimes my sketchbook's like in my bag or something, and printer paper is just always right there. So I end up just taking out the printer paper and just drawing on that instead of my sketchbook. But yeah, this, I don't even think I did this, so we're just ignore this. So yeah, let's start with this. So is there anything on the back here? No. So this is just a couple sketches of Sue I was doing. Yeah, really nothing crazy here. Just Sue. We like Sue. Yeah, not much. So yeah, this I did really recently. This is usually what I do for my perspective warm-ups, and then yeah, so I've kind of started to develop is there a backside? No. I started to like develop a routine usually before I actually like draw before I actually draw stuff like this. I tend to warm up here with some basic perspective. So we got 1 point, 2 point, and 3 point, and then we got some notes here. Need to get better at rotating boxes and tilting. Use few lines as possible. That's something I've actually been wanting to work on. Is I noticed that like sometimes, like let's say I'm sketching a box, right? A lot of the times I like to like pet my lines like this, and I realize that it's just kind of unnecessary and like wastes time when you can just do that and you'll have a cleaner drawing if you have less lines. So that's where that came from. But yeah, this is just basic perspective warm-up. Yeah, perspective really is everything. Like, it really is. So been incorporating that into my kind of daily drawing process, I suppose. So what do we have here? So these are just kind of some gesture study, or no, these are like figure studies I would do. I do these not as often as I used to, but it actually like kind of bleeds through. That's funny. I don't know if the camera can pick that up, but I usually just go on Pinterest and I just look at poses that people are doing, and then I break them down into basic shapes. This is actually interesting because I want to break down things into even simpler shapes than what you see here, and I have an example of it later when we get to my sketchbook. But this is interesting to look at because I'm trying to, like I said, break down things into even simpler forms than what you see on this page. But yeah, so just some perspective, breaking down things, simple shapes, just looking at people doing poses and trying to draw it, studying flow and structure and stuff like that. And this is actually flow down here, a little example of like how flow works, because you don't want to do this like if you want flow, you need asymmetry. So instead of drawing something like that. Hopefully you guys can actually see that on the camera. You go more like this, right? And then that creates that that flow that we're looking for, and that asymmetry. Like this one reads better than that one, so that's what that was. But yeah, just kind of warm-up page. And here, you know, just studying Horikoshi as I always am. Oh, there is actually a backside, so we'll get to that. But yeah, just more perspective. This is fisheye perspective with cubes. I'm still trying to get good at this. This is really hard to do, by the way. Like if I'm not looking at a reference, this is so hard to do, this fisheye stuff. But yeah, it's just studying Horikoshi, looking at some panels of my hero and copying the faces. That's all this is. So Xing out the ones I'm like, yeah, this is bad. Got the back here. So I don't even know if this is the right if I did this in April, but you know what, I'll show it anyways. So obviously, if you guys have been following me, I have recently moved to inking with a traditional brush. So this I don't know if you can actually see that on the camera. It's not focusing. Focus. It's not focusing, but it's like, it says Transin on it, and it's a number 1. So I've been recently learning how to like oh crap, this brush tip is actually all messed up. That's not good. Should not be like that. Maybe we won't be using the brush anymore. But I've been playing around with ink, you know, just trying to get better at inking with a traditional brush. And like I do have you know, brush pens like this, where, you know, I go do this, like ink with these. But I don't know, there was something with the like traditional brush, and then I got my ink right here. There was something about it that just felt really nice, better than this, so I started using this. But I might just go back to this because it's so much easier. Like I don't have to, you know, get a bowl and put ink in it and then like dip it in and then go. And also I think this brush tip is like completely broken. That sucks. So might be going back to this. Oh, there's a little piece sticking out right here. This one's almost also dead. I have another one that's in the package right now, but yeah, so just same thing, going on Pinterest and just kind of copying what I see with like a brush, you know, just boom, 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 doing stuff like this. And yeah, just chilling, bro. I love using these. And the reason why I use brushes now instead of like microns is you get that like really rich black. Like if you use a micron, it's gonna be like a faded kind of like gray color or value instead of like this rich black, like dark black. So that's why I stopped using microns. I know I was like, oh man, I love microns, and then I just switched to the brush. But yeah, so that is that. Showed that. Yeah, so this is the video I did. So once again, I was just doing the same thing, taking the brush and just copying or breaking down poses on Pinterest. So yeah, we can just kind of move on. If you guys want to see that video, what makes a good artist. So yeah, and then got a backside. Okay, so this is a little interesting. So that looks really bad. So I got this Artist's Loft alcohol marker, and I just got it to make my sketches a little more interesting with this, like putting in this like gray, yeah, this gray value. So that's all that this is on this page. I definitely need to use it more in my like actual like finished drawings. So ideally, right, we'd be inking with a brush, and then we'd be doing shading with the brush and this and this. So that's my ideal kind of setup. but I actually just need to commit to it a little more. So I guess that could be a goal for next month. So yeah, that's that. Let me put these away. Just put those there. And yeah, just more of the same, so we can kind of just move on here because I already explained all that. So yeah, that was everything I did on printer paper, at least. Let me move this out of the way, put the Sue drawing on top, I like it. Yeah, I always love drawing on printer paper. It's just so, I don't know, it has a feeling that is just not replicatable. So yeah, and now let us move to the main course. So as you guys know, this is obviously my main sketchbook. This is what I do most of my drawing in. This is the best sketchbook I've ever used. I actually painted over this cover. Oh, I hope you can't see me there. I actually painted over this cover because I didn't like it, but I think I kind of regret it. I have... It wasn't exactly like this one. This is the same sketchbook, just bigger, for when I finish this sketchbook. But instead of like all these random shapes, it was like 2 people. And I don't know, I didn't like it, so I painted over it. But yeah, I don't know if I actually like that I painted over it. So anyways, let's move on. So we got some... I have no idea what this is. Yeah, sketches here. So this was with... I don't know where it is. Is this right here? No. Yeah, okay, here we go. So these were done with the Tombow, I don't know, whatever this marker is, or brush pen. So if yeah, these were done with this. And the cool thing about this is it does give that like kind of deeper black, and it's easier to control than the brush, but it's still not as good as the ink. So but yeah, this is a good this is a very good inking tool if you guys want to ink stuff without having to master like a brush, because it's a lot easier. It's like a pen. It's a lot easier to control this than a brush. So yeah, that's all this is. Hands. Now this is pretty significant because at the start of the month I was like, yeah, my goal is to draw hands, guys. And I did for like half of April, and I was like, oh, this is kind of boring. So kinda gave up midway through. Oh yeah, I did this little sketch of what's her name, Nana Shimura from MHA, and it's kind of like a whatever. And eating a bird, I don't know. Yeah, so let's move on. Just more hands. Hands are really hard. Oh yeah, okay, so yeah, I think I showed this on a live stream, but this was, I did a little crappy drawing of Sasuke, and I was planning on drawing Naruto and maybe like Tsunade, but I just like never did. So yeah, get some more hands. Oh yeah, I did this on stream, and this page on stream actually. Yeah, this was more hands and more just kind of studies. I think this is where I kind of got bored with hands. I tried to draw Nejire like looking at her hands or something, and it just did not work out. So I still need to practice hands, but man, it got so boring and like tedious that I was like, I'm good. So yeah, that's all that was. Oh yeah, this, oh god. So more hands, obviously. More of that perspective like I was talking about. I did this on stream as well, kind of see the perspective. This is a really bad drawing of I don't even remember his name, the dude that can shoot out of his, like, he can shoot the laser out of his like belly button or whatever. I hate him as a character, but Aoma, I think that's his name. Yeah, and this was a horrible page. So let's move on. Oh yeah, this was me just like just messing around with oh, here's actually a nice example. So I was using, you can see on this guy, I used the Micron, and if you look, it might be a little hard to see on the camera, but if you look at the lines here, they're not as dark as the ones on Nana here. And that's what I was talking about with like the brush gives a much richer line or darker line, and that's why I stopped using the microns. But yeah, this is just random like splurge page. Oh yeah. So I don't think I've ever shown these. So these two were studies from MHA, obviously, and this is a little sketch of Nejire I did, obviously. Oh man, this is what happens when you have an obsession with a character. You just draw them over and over and over. The interesting thing about this drawing is I did use a reference. I used a human reference, and it's weird because when you try and draw like anime characters but you use like a human reference, I tend to get the proportions all wrong because like an anime's characters' proportions don't line up with a human's like perfectly. So that was interesting. But yeah, I don't think I've ever shown these. It's two studies. This is funny. So I had an idea for a drawing of a Pokemon character, and I just never got around to it. It just happens. I don't know. I just never got around to it. So more studies from MHA. I was just breaking things down, trying to copy, learn from Horikoshi's work. That's all that this is. Oh yeah, so this is a drawing of Lady Nagan. She was supposed to be like sitting on a building. Really did not turn out how I wanted it to at all. So that's that. And this is like, I don't know, I tried sketching all these like random characters from my imagination. It actually kind of looks cool though. Like it kind of looks cool. So there's that. Yeah, just blocking some stuff out that I don't want to show. This is dumb. I was just like, I want to draw a guy sitting in a chair like in an office, and he's got like mountains of paperwork that have to be done or something. I don't know. Yeah, don't want to show some stuff on this page. Here's that. I posted this on my YouTube post, a little sketch of Dawn I did with her Piplup. I really like how it turned out. It's very simple, but I think it turned out really nice. And then here's Toga in her like HUD dress or whatever. This turned out really bad. Bad. Move on. Bad. Yeah, just a lot of stuff. Yeah, we can. Oh, this is actually the reason why like this whole page is covered up. This is actually an original character that I came up with. So I don't really want to show them yet because I don't know if I'm gonna actually commit to like keeping them a character and like keep them alive. So yeah. So here is more studies of people on Pinterest. So the interesting thing about this page is I wanted to study how to draw throwing a punch, because this was my attempt without any reference, and it looks nothing like a punch. Like it looks like he's almost running at you. And then here are some more breakdowns of what's actually happening when you like literally throw a punch. Yeah, and I learned like the body really twists when you throw a punch. Like if you look at this guy right here, you can see his upper body is like really twisted compared to his lower body. So it was interesting because I felt like I learned a lot about just all the dynamics that are involved in just throwing literally like a simple punch, you know? So yeah, and just more perspective. Okay, I'm back. I had to cut this out because that is my original character. I forgot. So just some more studies. I did this drawing of Rosa and Hilda from Pokemon Black and White because I recently played through Pokemon White 2 and Black 2, and I really enjoyed it. Didn't really like this drawing that much. I feel like the perspective could be a little more dynamic and make it a little more interesting. But yeah, just a little sketch I did, and you know, more studies. Oh yeah, this was on stream. So this was on stream. More studies, still studying, you know, how to throw a punch. And then this is throwing a punch but with like no effort. If you look here, it's like I tried drawing a guy just throwing a punch, but like a really weak punch where there's just no force behind it or anything, to kind of compare between like when you throw a weak punch. Let me get that in camera. When you throw a weak punch versus when you throw an actual punch. So yeah, more perspective. Try drawing a scene here. Head, punch. Really crappy drawing. I tried drawing someone like reading a book, and it just like did not work out. Just random heads, skulls. You can kind of see at this point I was like just not drawing hands because I got so bored of drawing hands. So yeah, oh my, it's been 20 minutes already. All right, we gotta speed this up. And okay, so here's the big drawing. This was my latest video, so I'm not gonna cover it too much, but this was my kind of big drawing I did of April. And yeah, like I said, it's a video, so if you want to see how I did this and you know what I thought and my process and stuff, go watch that video. But yeah, it turned out pretty all right. I feel like the background kind of looks boring, but you know, I didn't think it was gonna look as good as it did, or as it does. So yeah, and then I learned about thumbnailing. Man, this technique is so helpful. Just drawing a little sketch before you actually commit to the bigger drawing. Thumbnailing, man, this technique is so helpful. So, and then yeah, when I do these like bigger drawings, I tend to leave this page kind of blank. So it's like if I need to like look at my brush or like see how big my brush strokes are, or need to thumbnail or just like test something for the drawing, I can do it on this page and then just actually commit to the drawing on the other page. So yeah, that's that. Like I said, if you want to know more, go watch the video. Just random stuff, studying heads, perspective. It was a bunch of random crap. Yeah, so I drew a, because I hated my live stream thumbnail, so I was like, let me make one. And I tried like drawing myself drawing in my sketchbook, and it's like I tried drawing myself doing this, like how I hold my sketchbook and how I draw. So that's what this is. I don't know if it really even turned out great, but it's better than just the still frame, you know what I mean? So yeah, okay, had to pause there. Police and ambulance just driving by making really loud noises. But anyways, so yeah, here's just more perspective. Like I was saying earlier on that printer paper, I tend to warm up with just some basic perspective before I actually start drawing, just to kind of get a refresher and you know, further my perspective skills. So yeah, nothing here much here. So, and I did that on stream, and then I also did this on stream. So this is a drawing of Sonic and Shara from the game Sonic and the Secret Rings, which came out in like 2007. So probably the only person in the world who just drew like fan art of a game, of a Sonic game that old, when I did this. So, you know, it turned out okay. I wanted to ink it and add like a background, but I just don't know what to put. So I just kind of left it how it is. But yeah, so that's that. More studies. I did this on stream. And then yeah, like another thing is when I do those like big drawings, I leave the page on the back blank, because if I draw on if I draw on it, it'll show through. So yeah, but just more studies. And boom. So warm-up page, like I was saying, perspective, got some skulls, and then we got this big kind of sketch I did. I didn't really finish it. I played Pokemon Legends ZA, terrible game, but I like some of the characters, so I decided to draw Kanari and her Electros. It turned out okay. I wanted to ink it, but I just never got around to it. And then you can see I did the little thumbnail for this drawing right here. So once again, telling you that thumbnailing really helps. And then this is the final page. I was just doing some more studies, and this is what I was talking about earlier in the video when I said breaking things down to even more simple shapes. So if we take a look here, this is how I normally draw my figures, and this on the right here is how I want to draw my figures moving forward, like even more simple than these ones. And really, I just learned that putting as many things as you can into a box is just so powerful for getting the right position down. Like all these studies, it might be a little hard to see, but like this head, I started with a box first. This whole drawing, you can kind of see it still. Started with a box. You can kind of see it here. There's a box. Like, I've just learned that boxes are so powerful. So anything that I can put in a box, I'm going to put in a box. Besides like literally like spherical things like your deltoid and stuff like that. But yeah, that is currently where I'm at. This is my main drawing atmosphere, I don't know, place. So yeah, and then I did this kind of crappy sketch on it might be easier to see if I turn the light off. Yeah, I did this sketch of Bakugo on my iPad randomly. I don't know, I was just bored and I was like, yeah, let me just draw Bakugo, I guess. I keep drawing him even though I don't think I'm really good at drawing him, and I don't think this drawing really turned out good. So but yeah, that's kind of it. That's like all I did for digital. Like I said, I'm so focused on traditional that digital has just kind of fallen to the side. But like I was saying, I think I said this in my last art review video, I don't want to like give it up or anything, but yeah, that's pretty much all I did digital wise. So yeah, that was a lot, man. It's been like 30 minutes. That kind of, let me turn my light back on. That kind of covers it really for this month. I think I did a decent amount. Overall, I'd like to do more of my like kind of bigger drawings like you saw earlier. I definitely want to ink more. Like I really want to get comfortable inking with that brush, because it's so fun, it's rewarding, and it looks really nice when you do it right. And yeah, just draw. Oh, you know, as always, I want to draw more, want to get better. I want to draw more scenes. And I've got a couple things that I'm trying to think about in terms of like, you know, like where I want to take my channel and stuff like that. But yeah, that is gonna do it for the April art review. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like. I know it was a little bit of a longer one. Man, I didn't realize I drew 30 minutes worth of footage. But if you guys got something out of it, make sure to leave a like, you know, comment, do the YouTube stuff. And yeah, with that, I will see you guys in the next video or the next live stream. And thank you so much for supporting my channel and whatnot. So yeah, with that, I'm gonna head out. Thank you once again, and goodbye.